In this video, we are going to try to write the algorithm for the alien problem. The alien algorithm takes two parameters, antennas and eyes, which are two positive inputs. Depending on the values of antennas and eyes, we have to return either the species to be A, B, C, or a combination of them, A, B, and C, or if it doesn't satisfy any of these, it has to return blank. Now the condition that has to be met for species A is that they have a minimum of 3 antennas, including 3, and a maximum of 4 eyes, including 4. For species B, they have a maximum of 6 antennas, including 6, and a minimum of 2 eyes, including 2. For species C, they have a maximum of 2 antennas, including 2, and a maximum of 3 eyes, including 3. So let's go ahead and write the algorithm. As usual, the first line is going to be start. The second line, we are going to check the values of eyes and antennas. So we are going to say if antennas, if you look at A, the minimum is 3. So this means antennas has to be greater than or equal to 3, and eyes, if you look at A, it says and maximum 4 eyes. So eyes has to be less than or equal to 4. Then, because we have to return the type of the species, we are going to use a variable called s, which is of type string, and we make it equal to blank at the beginning. So every time one species is found, we are going to append it to the value of s. So here we are going to change this one to 3, then 4 becomes, if this is true, then we are going to say s is equal to a space, because we have to have space between the type of species like this one, B space C. So the fifth line becomes and if. Now I'm going to copy this one, and then I'm going to paste it. And don't worry about the numbering, we're going to do the numbering at the end. For type B, we know that the antennas, the maximum is 6. So this means antenna has to be less than or equal to 6, and minimum 2 eyes. So eyes has to be greater than 2. If this is true, then I'm going to say s is equal to s plus b. I don't put the blank here, space here, because A already has a space if it was this condition is satisfied. So I just type B and then space. Again, I'm going to paste, and then for C, I know that the maximum is 2 antennas, so this one has to be equal, less than or equal to 2, and the eyes for C is maximum 3 eyes, so it has to be less than or equal to 3, and then it's going to be C. Now you may decide to return S as soon as this line is done, but remember, our output has to show the type without the last space. We don't want to have the last space here. So to get rid of the space, we are going to use the substring. So we're going to say S is equal to substring of string S from the first character to 1 minus the length of S. So this will give us a string from the first character, but goes to the one before the last character. The last character is always space. And now we can just go ahead and return S. And finally, we can write end. Now we can go and change the numbering here, so this becomes 6. And 14. So this is the algorithm which is going to check to see what type of species are we dealing with. So let's try with something like alien 2 and 3. This means that antennas is equal to 2 and eyes is equal to 3. So S becomes blank at the beginning, so S is blank. Then it goes to the next one. If antennas is greater than or equal to 3, you can see that antenna 2 is not greater than or equal to 3, so this is not going to be executed. Then it goes here, if antenna is less than or equal to 6 and greater than or equal to 2. Antenna is 2 is less than or equal to 6, and eyes has to be greater than or equal to 2, which is 3 greater than or equal to 2 is correct. So this becomes S is equal to S, which is blank, plus B space. So S becomes B space. Then it goes to the next one. If antenna is less than or equal to 2 and I is less than or equal to 3. 2 is less than or equal to 2 is correct, and 3 is less than or equal to 3 is correct. So S becomes, we forgot to write S plus C here, so this means that the previous S is B plus C is going to give us B space C space. So now we have to take the last character out, so S becomes the value of S from the first character to the 1 less than the length of the string. So this means S becomes everything here except the last character. The last character is blank, so this becomes B space C. And then it's going to return S, and then the algorithm is finished.